Hello everybody. Round 3. This will probably be the quickest one. So now we're making corn pudding. Love corn pudding. The sweet potato casserole is still in the oven, and I'm having to go check on it every so often, so just don't mind me. I almost just started pouring things in there, and that is not what the recipe is. LOL. So first we were creaming our butter and sugar. So I was smart, and I got the butter out before I went and took my break, so it should be relatively well softened by now, hopefully. We're still gonna cut it up just to make it easier. I just like tablespoon-sized chunks of butter. It's just easier to work with, I think, all the way around. Don't fall. Okay. So this recipe is one that I relied upon greatly post-pregnancy, as well as sweet potato casserole for that matter, but I ate a lot of corn pudding after AB was born. And I have actually tweaked it ever so slightly. And the reason is, at Christmas last year, was it Christmas? We did our staff Christmas party, and a lady made, they call it corn casserole down here. Weirdos. And the lady who made it made hers without sugar in it. And I've grown up with one where you use a Jiffy cornbread mix and you add sugar to it, and half a cup of sugar. And so the one I grew up on was quite sweet, and this one was not, and it was really jarring to me at first. But then after I had that and made my own, I was like, this is really sweet now. So what I do is, instead of doing the Jiffy, and instead of doing a full half a cup, I just do a quarter cup of sugar, and it's slightly less intense. Man, I moved it and now I can't get to it. So slightly less sweet, but still very good. It just takes it down a little bit. If you do, I found that if you do the Krusteaz version, which they have a gluten-free version, which is great for my mom and my sister, and various and sundry other people that I've met throughout my life, then you can still do the full half a cup and it'll taste fine. But the Jiffy cornbread mix is already sweetened, so just a tip if you're not as much of a sweet person. AB, está bien, mija. Alright, got our eggs. Hey, it's okay. Mama. 2 eggs. B. The other nice thing about the stand mixer is that if you have to add your eggs, then you can just add eggs and then go wash your hands while it's going, and you don't have to stop. It's great. Love my stand mixer, if that was not clear. And it's blue, which, how fun is that? Not necessary. Probably wouldn't have happened if we hadn't gotten it the way that we did, but, which I don't know if I told that story on here, because I haven't really done any videos since I got him. But I got this guy for Christmas after I moved back to the contiguous United States in 2020, and Mom had found, some lady had bought 2 because she didn't know which color she was gonna like more, and she decided she didn't want the blue one, so then she sold this for like a discounted price, and I got a blue one, and it was great. It's not like she's never been awake when it's been on. baby is displeased with the mixture for some reason. Or very pleased. It's hard to tell. I'm not sure. Sí. Estamos cocinando. No. Do you know where the purple spatula went?
It's not there.
I got it. Alright. ¿Estás lista? Yay! No más. Okay. No. Okay. Alright. Sour cream. And we just got the little, oh, shoot. I have to go check on that. This is the way. Just get the little 8-ounce cup because then you can just dump the whole thing in there and you don't have to worry about it. But the sweet potato casserole just went off again, so once I get this in here, I'm gonna have to go check on it. Come on. I probably could get a spoon after this. I don't want to get more things dirty, you know? Okay, it looks like I'm gonna have to bite the bullet. I mean, that one could fit. Oh yeah, that's fine. But measuring sour cream is one of my least favorite things to do, just because it's not really a liquid and it's not really a solid, so it doesn't like to be measured. check onto the casserole. Sweet potato casserole is finished, but that's another video. Okay, now we've got to add the milk and the sour cream alternating between, or not sour cream, milk and the cornbread mix alternating between each. Unfortunately, nothing had gone in our milk cup from earlier, so we can just add another half cup of milk into our same measuring cup and use fewer dishes. We love to use fewer dishes. It's a great thing. And while we're doing this, I have to ask about a very polarizing Thanksgiving side. How do we feel about the cranberry sauce? I am a big fan. I love it. I always bring it. How do y'all feel about it? And did you hear me over this? I don't even know. Are you more of like a, if you are a pro cranberry sauce individual, do you just get like the regular OG canned jellied cranberry sauce, or are you a person who likes, do you like the one that like has like the whole cranberries in it, or are you more likely to make something yourself? I know like the lady at my church I mentioned who makes the corn casserole. She has like a cranberry relish that she makes that's really good. Okay, for clarity, I haven't tried it. I've heard it's very good, and I haven't had anything of hers that I was like, ew, so I would assume it's pretty good. My sister has made a cranberry dressing before. So just let me know. I'm very curious about this. When we were all divvying up what we were gonna bring, I just went ahead and I didn't even say it in the chat. I went ahead and volunteered for it without offering, because I was like, I'm probably the only one that's gonna eat it. And then a couple days ago, somebody was like, hey, did somebody get the cranberry sauce? And I was like, oh wow, someone actually cares other than me. Amazing. All right, so this is the last of our mixing. I'm making sure I don't have any big old chunks of the cornbread mix in here. One of the things that is tricky about this recipe that I run into, maybe other people don't, is that you cream the butter and sugar at the beginning, but there's a lot more butter than maybe the sugar ratio I'm messing it up because of, but I have a hard time getting the butter and sugar to cream super well, because even if I get it fairly smooth before I put other things in there, because everything that follows after is cold, it chunks up my butter a lot, and that really frustrates me. But I have not been able to find a way to make it better, which is why the first few ingredients I usually do on a pretty high speed just to try and get that butter broken up as much as possible. But it's like you go straight from the butter and sugar to your eggs, and then you add the sour cream, and then you add your cornbread, but you're also adding your milk, and so everything that goes in afterward is cold. Even though that butter had been sitting out here for like 40 minutes at that point. So yeah, just a frustrating thing, but so far it hasn't really affected like the taste as far as I've been able to tell, so I guess it's doing okay. All right. And now it's just folding in the corn itself. So we add in we get a can of cream corn, and we get, this is the most scientific part of this recipe, a half a package of frozen corn. I really love creamed corn. We grew up in a place where we had, our senior adult ministry at our church was called Ball Club, and so we had dinners, I think it was the first Monday of every month, I think. And somebody always brought creamed corn. There were usually like multiples, and I loved creamed corn, but we didn't really make it at home. And from what I understand, if you make like real creamed corn, it's rather involved. I'd love to make it one day, but again, it's something that Alex doesn't care for, so that'll have to be either for an event or down the road when I have children who will help me eat it. I feel like AB would eat it. AB eats pretty much everything anyway. She hasn't had corn pudding in a while, so she'll be excited about it. She's gonna have a field day today. There's gonna be so many things, so many options for her to eat. It's so much fun. What time is it? I still can't read that. I think it's 1:40. The microwave is not far. I just can't read blue numbers to save my life. But I have a half bag of frozen corn because of the last time that I made this. Looks good. So I also do leave it out just so it has a chance to soften up a little bit. Ooh. Oh, that was so loud. I'm so sorry. It's been sliding well today. My bad. Okay, so we're just gonna fold this guy in. One time I was making corn pudding. I had a friend that came over. We would like work out together once a week while Alex was at practice. He seasonally coaches basketball teams at our church, but anyway, and I was like, oh, I'll make corn pudding. And I had looked in the fridge and looked in the freezer and made sure I had everything, because this is one of those where like cowboy cookies, I just kind of keep all the ingredients on hand because you never know when you might need to bust out a recipe for cookies. But you know what, I think I have molasses in that cabinet over there. If that's true, that will be highly embarrassing. But anyway, I had checked everything, or so I had thought, and then when I got in there and pulled out the frozen vegetables, it was actually frozen carrots. And I was just so used to having frozen corn around and unused to having frozen carrots around, because usually if we get just frozen carrots, it's for brown sugar carrots, and that's something, again, that Alex doesn't care for. So I was like, oh, and you know, there is no substitute for frozen corn in your corn pudding. It's just not. So we ended up just having to stick what I had already put together, because I'd forgotten to pull it out, in the fridge, in the bowl, cover it, get frozen corn later that week, make it, and I think that was the last time that I made this recipe. And then I just ended up making brown sugar carrots instead. So, should have been recording that one. Alright, here we go. She's ready. But yeah, pretty simple. So if you're a corn type person, this is definitely the way. It's a great way to eat corn, because there's a good bit of corn in there, but it's more than just like straight corn. So if you get bored with regular corn, which I don't understand, then it's a good way to go. And it's, to me, it just screams like holiday gathering, because it's like corn but more exciting and makes a lot, and so you can share it well. But I will check back in with y'all in the next like 20 or 25 minutes when it's done. Yeah. I'm scared about carrying this one all the way across the kitchen to the, make sure that's even out in there. Because it's pretty soupy. Last year for Thanksgiving, we like made a lot of things ahead of time and stuck them in the fridge. And it was like the fear was making both the sweet potato casserole and the corn pudding ahead of time, because then can they survive in the fridge? Because they're both very soupy. Oh, I'm sorry, an hour. That's awkward.